the thing is when people give you what, like, so they'll lay out, this is what it is, this is what I want, the choice is yours. A lot of people don't know would still go with that choice even though they know it's been laid out and it's not
what they want. That's a real shame, you know. That's a real shame. And sometimes you're trying, it's not necessarily what you want, but you might try, see if it can work.
Because you want to try and change someone. And that's out of duty, and then it becomes like duty, obligation, or fear of rejection, as we highlighted before. So you're trying to change someone out of fear of rejection.
Have you still ever been in a situation
what?
where you wanted to change someone?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
My hero complex back in the day, bro. Of course, I was getting myself into change relationships that are just not working. Just like, oh fuck, another one I've tried to think, but it didn't work because I was avoiding myself in it, really.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm trying to change you to avoid myself, man, which when you think about it, it's like, how stupid is that? Trying to change you, avoid myself. Fuck. Then I blame you for not working on myself and not changing how I want you to change, even though I've not changed how I need to change. Like, it's weird.
What about you?
Yeah, and I think I don't want to speak on behalf of all women, but I feel like a lot of the time, sometimes we don't necessarily get into situations to change somebody, but you potentially want to see if you being around will help them grow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, because change isn't necessarily bad, is growing is also changing. So you might think, oh, you can inspire change in somebody.
Problem is, imagine if they grow to a point that you're like, fuck, not that far. It taps in.
I think that's the thing as well, though.
Yeah.
I do.
Because if they grow, will they still want you at your level of growth?
Ross.
Listen, there's that
No,
thing.
just-
But this is what I say
these are
about
like
the
things,
relationship.
innit?
Sometimes they're catalysts for your growth.
Well, I think they're always
Always.
catalysts for growth. I think they're always
Underline.
opportunity to grow
Yeah.
in relationships. 100%.
You know.
Every relationship, I've like realized, maybe God. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've taken everything from each relationship, and it has benefited me completely. So yeah, no, I think that there's always opportunity to grow, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we get in there to really to change, but I think it's just us as women though, the nurturing, he might dress a certain way, so you start buying him new clothes. You might want to buy him a top. Oh, that will look nice on you. That will look. I don't know, but I don't know if it's necessarily like an insidious thing. Like, I'm trying. My intention is to change you. I think we operate from a place of potential rather than what it is.
Okay.
Does that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Which
And
is
it's
where sometimes where conflict can happen. Because if you're looking at potential and he's looking at present, then you're always looking at the future and he's looking at, could be the past or whatever.
or current.
The current, but or present in a different thing, conflict.
Yeah, so I don't always think it's like an insidious, intentional, I'm going out my way to change a person. But then, like you added, even if you do have that feeling of trying to change, you're looking at the future or whatever, it's really a distraction from what you need to look at within yourself. If you're trying to control something outside of yourself, ultimately.
I've learned that obviously in my growing and unlearning, I've had to learn that like I can't change anyone, so only myself. But that shit's hard because you, as you said about mirrors, like in terms of like you, like I was realizing I attracted wounded people with wounds similar to mine. So then you're like, oh, I recognize you.
Yeah,
I see you because you're dealing with the wounds that I've dealt with, but actually, do I want that in my life? Because of
upon reflection, no.
Yeah, do I want that because
that's a trauma,
am I going to
right?
be trying to fix those wounds even though I
Yeah.
haven't fixed my own wounds? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so.
But then also, and this is why I was saying, like, some people might attract wounded people because of the healer in them. Not necessarily the trauma in you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's
both.
why I say,
For me anyway, it feels like both.
It does feel like it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken to some women and it feels like it as well. Like it's like they want wounded men. like specifically, they want wounded men with a smile on their face too. I'm like, is it?
No, but
It's my duty. That's how they feel.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
wanna
who I
see it.
am. But then, what makes me think madman is you're giving me the vibe that you enjoy this, but I can't see that. But they can't necessarily see that
It's damaging.
it's damaging to
Yeah.
them.
Because obviously there's like this pursuit. It's the pursuit of happiness, isn't it? Like I met him at this stage. We grew together. We healed together. Now we're here.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Just to add, there's this thing,
No?
but there's also this thing where usually when the woman makes the change in the man don't want the woman, and they go and evolve with someone else, and then the woman's looking back like, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, that's a thing, innit?
It's a real thing.
I haven't necessarily experienced it or seen anyone experience it, but I'm
It's
sure
gotta be
it's
a thing. It's part of the process.
I'm sure it's a thing though.
It's like, oh, like, he's better with you. Maybe that's how, not even maybe, bun the maybes. That's how it's supposed to be for most of the time.
But some people bring out different sides of you.
100%.
Some people bring out sides of you, different experiences.
And that's what I was saying to some people I'm speaking to, because not one man can't be everything in terms of like the perfect or whatever, but the different versions you encounter through life is why the learning's so important. So you encounter like a friend woman, an intimate woman, your mother woman, and so you start learning about the different versions. And that's like for me why it's quite important to recognize like, oh, the evolution of like, oh, I'm evolving and starting to see women differently as I've evolved, if that makes sense. So I'm not here to fix your wounds, but I am meant to learn how to hold you, if that makes sense. Like to just empathize and be like, oh, okay, I get it. And as we were speaking about earlier, like actually truly understanding like the cycles and what you have to go through and stuff like that, and not having to try and fix anything, but just appreciating, oh, okay, that's what she's going through. As a man, I'm like, well, as me, I'm not a talker about. I like to, okay, you're going through this. What do you need me in this moment? How can I provide a space for you to feel safe? So it might be a case of, oh, babe, when I'm in this mode, it would help if you help out with the kids more, or you do the cooking, or you do practical things. Because I'm a practical. What do you need me to do? I don't need to always talk about it. I can just get on. You feel more comfortable at ease? Alright, cool. We're good. Now you're back in ease. Do you know what I mean? Like finding your place. But the problem is we have at the moment is everyone's looking for everything in this individual, and they can't bring you everything. It's just,
Is that a woman thing? Because I hear like
spokesperson for women.
no, but I'm just asking you as a woman. I can't ask him that because in my mind I'm like, you know, do you remember the whole idea of say like certain women would be like, I want one man. I want to have my kids with one man. Like you kind of see it as I want to be with this guy for the rest of my life. So that's why I'm asking that, because I know that was a thing back then. It's like, you know, it's kind of looked upon in a shitty way if you've got children with multiple men. You get what I mean? When really, when you speak, right, for me, it's as clear as anything. Like everyone's a step, and not necessarily up. It could be down, it could be stagnant, but we're supposed to put what we've learned into practice with each other. We're gonna make mistakes with each other. You know, some mistakes go to a place of like, okay, this is too much. But I'm saying it's like, we're only gonna be able to put what we've learned into practice with each other. So we're gonna have to make our mistakes with each other. That's just life. That's really what it's supposed to be, rather than this mindset of you can't fuck up. Or because look, really and truly, as we said, it's like certain people grow and develop at certain times. who's to say when is the right time? If it's all written, if I'm supposed to be with you, then there's something that I'm supposed to take from you and learn from you. But it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be with you forever.
And that goes back to control, because this system has a fairy tale way of looking at life, isn't it? Like you find your princess and you go off into the sunset on your horseback, and that's not life, innit?
You know what's mad? Most of these princesses were Caucasian. But even the melanated women brought into the idea of the sisters, the princesses, and the fairy tales.
May I say, I think there's space for both. Like in terms of, you can meet someone and you've committed to going through the journey with this one person. You're cool with that. And then there's also space for, you may not be around forever. So I'm gonna learn here, may move on to another relationship. I'm gonna apply what I've learned there. I think there's space for it all, because we've all had different, as much as the programming is same, we've all experienced the programming different. We haven't all experienced the programming the same. So I think there's space for it. I think, going back to your previous point of like women wanting it all from one person, you mean like the relationship stuff all from...
I'm saying men and women.
Okay.
We want it all in this one person. So like a man might want, I want her to look this certain way.
Yeah,
I want her to be able to be good in the kitchen. I want her to hold me emotionally. I want her to respect me. I want her to this. I want her to... And I'm like, whose is that number one?
But it doesn't matter whether it's realistic or not, because it's actually real to them. Like, they're brought into this idea fully.
Of course.
Yeah, like whose ideas are these?
But that's more idealistic rather than realistic.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm coming from?
But again, we think it is realistic, but it's not.
We've taken it like it's gospel. Like
this
still,
is until I find my person, and then you might even get married to this individual, and then
how dare you
say like, why you not got these things that I'm committed to? What?
How dare you diss the persons, the multiple persons that you've been with? Like, that was the person at the time. That was the person at the time. All these individuals that you ended up in that space with was for you at the time. Doesn't mean that this person is supposed to be the person. But then, even if you do end up being with someone that you was with at 16 to 50, 80, whatever, do you know what it took for that to be what it is? What do you think it was? Perfection. Do you think nothing happened?
Yeah.
Never. Everything had to happen. Maybe not, you know, everything specifically, but like things happened, and you may want that, but you probably ain't even built for that. Do you get what I mean? Do you know how much forgiveness it probably took for them to go from 16 to whatever age?
50 odd.
Yo, Martin,